to diesel exhaust that contains known carcinogens and harmful chemicals.
They're going to come and get us. They don't forget. They don't forget 2,000 years ago, these people. Do they? You know history.
Affecting their lung development
and I sure do.
Cell damage that later becomes cancer. The aggressive hauling season will begin in mid-April. It's not too late to reduce the hazards to public health. The county can take steps to improve how the project is being implemented by reducing the number of daily round trips from 425.
Thank you.
I have 1,000 signatures.
Thank you. Would you like to present?
And Madam Chair, I'm having a meeting with the school board, with the mayor of La Cañada. We've been working with CARB to put in monitoring. So we will be getting more information moving forward.
Good.
Thank you. If you'd like to hand something in to us, we will gladly take it. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, supervisors, especially Catherine. My name is Eileen Perez, and I want to tell you a little about myself. My parents immigrated here in 1963. And as immigrants, they were poor and uneducated. But we came to the city of Los Angeles for a better life. And this city has provided support to me and my community. I want you to know that I grew up here, I was actually born here in Chinatown, educated in the K-12 public sector, and even went to school at UC Santa Barbara. I'm blessed to live in this beautiful community, especially in La Cañada, and that's where I want the same for my family and for my kids. And so I'm here to comment about the Desert Gates project as well. As a resident of La Cañada, I want you to know that the sediment removal project needs more investigation. Safe removal doesn't mean possible given diesel industry and the technological problems that are controlling the harmful diesel exhaust. Last week, another diesel cheating scandal was announced, this time by Fiat Chrysler, who was fined $305 million for inserting illegal.
Thank you. And if you would like to hand in the rest of your testimony, your written testimony, we'll be glad to read it.
I sure will.
Thank
And
you.
again, we are meeting with the school board, city, as well as I think everyone, will be their state senator. Talk about the modern equipment that we need in place, and we've been meeting with the school district.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Madam Chair, members of the board, my eyes have seen the glory for the transformation of men to women in 2019. All of our eyes have seen the glory of the transformation from men to women, not only in the United States Congress, but right here at this diocese. And believe me, all eyes are on you ladies. They say the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Former Supervisor Kenny Hahn, who was a good man,
You're great.
who was a fair man, with his raspy voice, who this building's named after, he would say in the back corners of the room, we have state money, we have county money. Give this money to the teachers who are protesting across the street right now, and give the low-wage county workers their fair share. They deserve it. As you know, Eric Garcetti, as well as Governor Gavin Newsom, need to be heard.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Dorothy Wong. I live in Altadena, and I wanted to give an update on the Double Skate Dam sediment restoration removal project as it relates to how the people who live around the area that care about habitat, nature, and air quality have spoken. So basically, the trees are gone. The habitat is lost. It's like a war zone. I don't know how else to explain it. If you haven't seen it, you should look at the pictures. 50 plus acres of mature, healthy riparian habitat gone. Healthy oak tree annihilated, gone. The west Pasadena and the west Altadena side have lost their protective cover of trees. Birds, coyotes, birds are gone. Hummingbirds are screaming. I don't know how else to say it. We need to protect what's left, work together, respect nature, public health, and after we do the dig, let's restore.
Thank you. Your time is expired. If you'd like to hand in any written testimony that you didn't get to, we got it.
Madam Chair, I think that you do recognize the fact that we are going to be doing restoration, and you are involved, and there was an error that was done, and the first person we reached out to was you.
Thank you.
We are trying to be as transparent as possible, and unfortunately, and Mark Estrella knows that he needs to be more vigilant as it relates to who we're contracting with, because I agree with you. My commitment has been to limit the footprint, and I am equally as outraged about what occurred, but I wanted you to know that in the promise I made about transparency, we want to be forthright with you about that, and you will be with us as we put in this new vegetation.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you. Your time is expired.
She stole a lot of time.
Thank you.
You did good.
Honorable Board of Supervisors, my name is Larry Laban, and I'm from Encino. I'm here to talk about the backbone to mental health court, the psychiatrists. I claim that psychiatrists have degrees that relate to art, different than science. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. At the sanity phase of a murder trial that I attended as a member of the public, and the defendant pleaded not guilty by means of insanity, the first psychiatrist to testify said that psychiatry is an art. I am under the impression that to become a psychiatrist, one must first become a medical doctor, and medical doctors certainly do have degrees that relate to science. However, I still believe that psychiatry is an art and not a science, and the reason that a psychiatrist must first become a medical doctor is because without the medical license, a psychiatrist could not legally prescribe medicine. In other words, psychiatrists are medical doctors who practice an art and take a non-scientific approach to prescribing medicine.
Thank you. And again, if you have an excerpt of your written testimony that you can get into, you can turn it in. It won't be.
Okay, I handed it to
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Boy, were you good.
My name is Kenneth Batiste. First thing, I came here for a personal matter, but looking at all of this that's going on today, I think I need to talk about it in general. It is because of ourselves, when things like this are said, when you ignore or treat lightly, you empower the other. The shutdown is affecting a whole lot of people. Yes, he has lost touch of reality. Y'all haven't. It's here in your face. You deal with chaos. Sometimes I have to wonder, when you go home, are you ready just to have a drink of wine? I can relate. Expansion and strength. This is what our adversaries wanted. They wanted us to divide and fight. Republicans, Democrats, Independents. I'm glad I was born in California. I'm glad I was born in the United States. We need to all come together.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker, please.
George Buzzetti, former Director of Policy Congress of Racial Equality, California. Creative chaos is all that you are about in Trump. You are Trump's deplorables before him. As long as you continue to break the law and use these stupid shrinks that don't know a damn thing about what they're doing. Let me name some names. Sharon. George Blair, who illegally gave me Abilify to kill me. Which to this day, go look up the after effects. Every night, 6 to 8 times a night, I am woken up with dramatic pain as my bones feel like they're going to blow apart. My shoulders, arms, hands, untreated after I was in an emergency room a year ago. I had an appointment with the doctors tomorrow. The day before court. Recorded the call. And they again, after 5 years I was refused health care, you filthy people. So if you don't get me my phone records, you are going to prison.
Next speaker, please.
You're going to follow the law.
Hi, my name is Ezekiel Reyes. Last year was both difficult but rewarding. The difficult part had to deal with seeing many homeless people becoming less themselves as they finally realize that they are going to be stuck in their level of homelessness for a prolonged period of time. The rewarding part was there was no test. Many of the interactions in which I actually took the initiating step on to meeting homeless people allowed a lot of them to alleviate levels of stress, the psychological kind, which compounded over the years while dealing with it. There's a front line, and I need to understand, stress this, the front line is many of the homeless that are looked upon as leaders by other homeless. If you all can increase GR funds, you can actually see many of the homeless finally interact socially with actual reason instead of incompetence like what we've seen. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Joe Maeslish, and I'd like to talk about how last week's meeting felt different from the other meetings with the jail topic. Coincidentally, Yvette Ali had me early, and she left some letters for each of you from Justice LA.
You're always really good.
And that actually is in the spirit.
It's important.
I felt actually a spirit of collaboration at the end of the meeting. What was different? Many of you folks have been legislators. You've been in situations where you have hearings well in advance of final decisions, opportunities, several for the public to participate, sometimes several committees, a couple of houses of legislature, and then the executive. You're all of that stuff. We have amalgamation of powers here. But last week, the talk was separate from the decision-making, and there was a spirit of listening. I attribute that to all the parties. Inclusive solutions that do more good for everyone have a better chance if the process is inclusive. And I hope that things can be done to have more of that spirit of meetings, both from you as the administrators of the meetings and, of course, from as many of the public as I can have some say on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do we have other speakers?
There's everyone, Madam Chair.